Hey team, Patrick here, hope you're doing well out there. This video comes directly from a lesson I had with a student a couple of weeks ago on the volley. And I hope these tips and techniques will help you improve your feel, contact and stability on this shot as well. So let's get into it. Now, this student of mine actually had pretty good mechanics in terms of their grip and swing path, but they were still struggling. And it all came down to they were just not watching the ball properly. Now, I know this sounds really basic. You've been told countless times to watch the ball and you think you're watching the ball. My student did. But at contact, the ball may be here and your eyes are more here, keeping your head away from the point of contact. And this is really common. I would use Federer as a model. Go and watch slow motion footage on YouTube after this video of Federer hitting volleys or any shot and see how, even though the ball obviously goes in this direction, his focus and our focus is still down on the ball in this direction. So the ball goes this way and our focus is on the ball this way. Not watching the ball properly not only leads to mishitting the ball, shanking the ball, it also changes your entire position. As your head is the center point of your body, when your head moves, your body moves with it. And players start on the volley in this position, but move the head and it changes the position of the arm. This is what was happening with my student. It was extending their arm and they were too close, hitting the ball off the throat of the racket, which they then couldn't see. They knew it didn't feel right, but they had no reference point for where they were making contact with the ball. But when you continue to watch the ball, we can keep this bend in our arm, which gives us stability on the volley, keeps our swing compact and contained in this area here. And what I call keeps you in contact with the ball, gives you this feel over the ball as your eyes are what connect you to the ball. This is why tracking and watching the ball is a cliche, but is one of the most important aspects on all shots as it affects your timing. So I like in practice, particularly when you're warming up your volleys, to keep your head down and your eyes on the contact longer than you think, longer than you normally would. And a drill could be to count for 1 second after the contact. 1. So there's this delay before lifting your head back up. Look down your arm and into the contact, and you can even feel your head turn slightly back rather than turning forwards. Now, this is an exaggeration. World-class players won't keep their head down after the contact. It's not actually necessary, but in training, this is excellent to break this bad habit and gets your brain used to accurately tracking the ball all the way into the contact. The court itself is not going to move. So you can imagine your target in your mind, but see the contact out in front. As if you look to your target too early, it can also affect your recovery. You can forget to be ready for the next shot, but if your eyes are here, then it makes more sense, it's more intuitive to get back to a good ready position. You'll know if you've made good contact on the volley or not, as the racket will twist, it will feel really unstable and you'll get no power. Now, of course, it's important to watch the ball on all shots. I know in this lesson, we've been concentrating on the volley, and I do think this is a good shot to practice this ball tracking, as on something like a forehand ground stroke, for example, not all players are going to be looking down their arm with their eyes and head here at the point of contact. I can think of Sinner, Djokovic, Murray as some examples, and this is because on this shot there's more body rotation. Of course, we still want to watch the ball all the way in to begin with, but on a volley we can really be here at the point of contact. Now, this all sounds really simple on paper, but in reality it can be quite challenging. It's counterintuitive and tempting to look to where our opponent is standing or where we want the ball to go. So we need this discipline to keep our head still and everything in here. And we can still see our opponent out of our peripheral vision. We can see them move. Right team, I hope this helps. If it has, please leave the video a like and comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on court in the next one. Cheers guys.